Steiny and Guru, now joined by Mark Willard and Dan Dibley. What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
Thirsty Thursday.
Wow. I don't like when he starts that. That sounds like I was listening to the show.
No. I'll start then.
I was listening to the show. But
what I just learned in the urinal was, the
TMI.
kind of information. No. Matt Steinmetz, my dear friend, we've been good friends for 20 plus. He was having a conversation with a man I've never met. Never seen him before.
Oh, he's the custodian.
Sanitation engineer. Thank you. He's elite.
You know what that makes him?
It's a sanitation sensation, and I'll pay the buck.
Cha-ching!
These two are going back and forth, dropping wrestler names for like 3 minutes. And yeah, I was in there for 3 minutes. I like to wash my hands, okay? What's wrong with that? I learned more about wrestling during my... Yes, Mark, it's a urination sensation.
Wow,
that's another bug.
Got a roll.
Yeah, it's $2. Steiny, I had no idea you guys had that kind of a relationship.
A couple months back, he mentioned that his favorite wrestler was Moondog Mayne, and he showed me a photo of a match that he'd seen. And from there, we just continue to talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
And
just bonded, huh?
Yeah.
I saw the other night, I told you guys, I saw a Bruiser Brody documentary. It was fascinating. And I just asked him if he'd remember Bruiser Brody. And
How did it end?
I got to go to
the documentary or my urination.
It ended with Bruiser Brody's death by stabbing in Puerto Rico.
Oh, death by stabbing.
Yes, he got stabbed before a match in Puerto Rico.
Man,
I just had a feeling it wasn't going to end well.
No, it didn't.
I don't know why I had that vibe.
Does it ever end well for a guy named Bruiser?
Or for any wrestler,
point.
quite
That's
frankly.
a good point.
I mean, who's aged gracefully in the wrestling world? Anyone?
I think Hulk Hogan.
Is Hulk doing okay?
Yeah.
What's he up to?
He transitioned into like reality TV and got that second paycheck.
With his daughters,
All those guys really have to make a decision after wrestling, whether they're going to get healthy or not.
That's the thing. It's that life.
Yeah.
That's a rock band, NFL, wrestler. Like,
have you ever ordered a pay-per-view wrestling event?
No.
Why would you? You can watch it for free. All-Star Wrestling, baby.
I don't even think I've ordered a boxing pay-per-view event. I've gone to parties. I've gone to parties where they got to pay.
Ask me if I've ever been to.
Have you ever been to
Yes. Hamburg Fieldhouse.
I respect wrestling.
How'd that go?
It's fun as hell. And actually, it was probably my only good memory I have of me being with my brother. He took me to it.
Man,
and
I have a good memory of being with your brother. We were at.
Please explain.
We were at Cato's Ale House
God,
in Oakland on Piedmont Avenue. This is probably 15 years ago, and you're like, hey, Dibs. It's my brother.
You remember he does it.
And all of a sudden, Bob is in there, and we're drinking beers with Bob. I think it was Cato's.
I don't remember that.
It was definitely at some tavern in Oakland.
Any chance it was a Golden Bear?
It was the Golden Bear.
Okay.
Shout out Brian Shaw.
And shout out James Daly. I apologize. It was the Golden Bear, and your brother was in there, and it was 42 minutes of unadulterated awkwardness.
Yeah, he's not exactly electric, my brother.
No.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch and YouTube, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. What are you more excited about, the possibility of getting Jrue Holiday or that the NBA All-Star Game's coming to the city in 2025?
That's not close.
Right.
That's not close.
Right.
What is it?
I am giddy at the idea of trading Chris Paul before he ever puts a uniform on.
You and I
am
both.
freaking giddy at the
Willard,
idea.
we might have some action.
Giddy, huh?
There's some smoke.
I have no idea if there's smoke. I would imagine they're trying like hell, but I imagine they're one of 9 teams.
I just
trying
looking
like
at your
hell.
face. I call this the Brock Purdy sensation. They had that Geico for the Trey Lance thing that didn't happen, and I think there's some buyer's remorse to just with the whole thing with CP3. And if somehow they could do this, you didn't even have to live it.
I wonder if everybody caught the conversation, and these are maybe the intricacies of what Tim Kawakami said to us yesterday about Chris Paul and
the Wiggins.
Okay, so Tim talks to Steve Kerr. Okay, does a podcast. And Tim, who I think is among the group who's very, very dialed in and knowledgeable in the Bay Area media, right? So he does the thing with Steve Kerr, and they talk about this, and he comes away yesterday and says to us, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, but he likened it, as you just said, he likened it to the Wiggins situation, And what that means, for those of you who didn't hear it, is when Andrew Wiggins did not want to get the vaccine, the Warrior organization and his teammates decided, we're going to go laissez-faire with how we handle this.
Yeah.
We need him to get this thing. We need him to arrive at this decision, and we all agree with that, but don't tell him. Just allow the man to get there himself, which I think is really smart, especially in a situation and a subject like that. And he did, and then they won a championship. The reason he likened it to that was he says the organization kind of all knows that Chris Paul needs to take a back seat and get on the bench. He's the only one who doesn't know. Let's go laissez-faire. Let him see some practices, sort of get just amazed by the beauty of that Warrior starting lineup and realize that he needs to be the sixth man. And I thought to myself two things.
I love it.
Chris is not Andrew. Chris is not going to just get there because you want him to, because his ego is 8 times the size of Andrew's, number one. And number two, I'm concerned at the idea that the Warrior organization all has the same opinion, but won't share it with Chris
because of eggshells.
As if his resume is so amazing
I feel you.
that we can't tell him,
I feel you.
oh, by the way, our resume is better. That is a concern. And if you've got an opportunity to go get a low ego, 6 years younger,
better player.
Bye-bye Kuminga.
Bye-bye
I'm
Kuminga.
ready for that, Dibs.
I want you to make sure that you say that because
Bye-bye Kuminga.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure we
say
get
it.
that. Yeah.
I'll say it.
Because you want the young star gone. Because he's gone.
He's
gone.
Love
and maybe
him, but
Brandon Podziemski, the pride of Santa Clara, is gone as well.
And whatever draft picks you want.
Take
them all.
Yeah. Hey, and I'll tell you this.
Oh, my God.
I think you're being a bit premature,
Okay.
Dibs. I love Kuminga. I led the wagon, but to call him a star, he's got potential to be a star, but nothing on paper is anything that they would miss from, oh, my God, and like Jordan Poole, 18 or 20, how are we going to replace that? So I love Kuminga, but he is nothing but a pack of potential, and I don't like the roadblocks in his way. I thought Dre was going to say night-night, and then Kuminga could take over. So to call him a star, I think, is a bit strong.
Well, I'm not the one calling him a star. And personally, I think that if you look at this team and you're adding older player after older player and you bring in Rudy Gay,
Ben Gay
doesn't have a roster yet. Shout out, that's a 4 on Ben Gay. But you're trying to get as old as you possibly can. And so what I've said all along is, you know what? Get older. And I'm a little concerned that Jrue Holiday's not old enough. And that's my big concern with the trade.
Same age as Clay and Dre.
Not old enough. I need a 37-year-old brought in here because you want old players. That's what you want.
Why do you shake your head at us? Or specifically me, it looked like.
Yeah,
no, him.
Why?
He did the bit about getting older.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, like
let's
a
get
minute
older.
and a half ago.
What's Carmelo's not free?
When I said bye-bye Kuminga, you looked at me and there was an audible...
Oh, because he's been that way the whole show. He kind of not feeling it.
No. Look. To me, this is an interesting one. I don't think I'd do it because I obsess maybe about the future, but I just don't like the idea of starting to give away picks after Curry's gone because. But that's me. Well, and I'm not I'm not in love with Kuminga. I just would have trouble trading him because we have too many old guys.
My thing about picks was what pick has Joe Lacob ever made that they have made and then kept and then loved? The answer is none of them. Jordan Poole, they drafted him, they paid him, but actually they didn't pay him. They gave him a contract and then they shipped him out. So Joe Lacob is not concerned, in my opinion, about picks. And if we get post Steph Curry, he's going to shovel money at whoever he can shovel money at to keep this thing viable.
Well, and that's true. And that's where I'll give him not the benefit of the doubt. You need it. But, the Lakers don't worry about draft picks because they'll just clear cap space and go get a free agent. See, I think that's what Joe Lacob feels like he'll always have in his back pocket. Like, you know what? We're not going to be very good this year. I'll tank, cut the payroll, and we'll go get Giannis, or we'll go get Embiid or somebody.
What if you looked at the trade this way? Forget all the names involved. Forget Drew, forget Jonathan, forget all of that. Would you trade the idea of really stinking for a few years after Steph's gone in exchange for absolute maximizing of what he's got left.
Where can I sign up for
Exactly. And Steiny, that's why I would answer the question that way. You're not wrong. Could it be stupid down the road?
Nope.
Maybe. But the whole post Steph, I shut down when I hear post Steph. I don't want to think about it. I don't care.
That's fair.
I feel like all roads end in the same place. Once a year, something happens where we go, shouldn't we be maximizing what Steph has left? And that's to me what this opportunity is.
And again, that's a way to go.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
And I like Jonathan. Too
late for that.
No,
too late for that.
but
you already shoved him out the door. You don't get to go into your.
It's funny.
You're going into your Moody Ward right now, into your back pedal on a 9 route. You already shoved him out the door.
Yes, and I
That don't mean you don't like him.
I used to, as you know, I used to live in or travel in Oregon a lot. I know my way around. I'll drive him there, and I'll let him know the whole way that I like him.
Yeah,
but here you go.
Hey, just past Bandon,
there's some part of me.
North.
It's not. I ran this by Steiny. Kuminga's got his hardware, but if he was guaranteed 25 or 30 minutes to run with some youngsters, if he has some truth serum, who's to say he wouldn't be like, you know what, I'm ready to go because I'm going to play and I'm going to
need to give him truth serum. I'd love to get out of here.
Didn't everybody
just
say,
like James and Jordan.
Didn't everybody say Chris Paul was going to unlock Jonathan?
Dude.
Well, they could still play together.
Sure.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and you look at Wiseman's team, 500-1 to win the chip, and Jordan Poole's team, 500-1 to win the chip. And so Wiseman's going to be probably 14-9.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole's going to average 28 in absolute Bolivia. So enjoy it. Yeah, Tony Bruno.
Bolivia or Oblivion?
It's Oblivion, but Tony Bruno would always say it's
know
Bolivia. Yeah, it was one of his bits. So
okay.
I was trying to tip my cap to my partner while I
got
could.
you.
Yeah.
So the Giants are in their season watching the Dodgers say, you can sweep us night. We're on our way to the playoffs. It just gets worse.
Well, they're not going to start Logan anymore either. No, Logan Wagner is
I'm in a baseball
done for the year.
Well, Gabe said a couple days ago that he thought that he would start again.
Yeah, well, he's not.
You gotta shelf him.
They're going with the kids.
Yep, they got to.
Kyle Harrison's going to start.
He was supposed to start
Trying to pick
Sunday.
pick up Kyle Harrison.
He was supposed to start Sunday.
Right.
He was going to cry.
You shouldn't even start Kyle Harrison if you have any shred of decency.
Keaton Wynn, Tristan Beck,
Why are
Kyle
you
Harrison.
happy?
I like that weekend rotation.
There's your rotation.
I would not start Kyle Harrison at all.
The Dodgers will be terrified about 2026 when they're done with this weekend.
Why?
Because if you think that Kyle Harrison is the future, why would you throw him in a meaningless game? The Dodgers don't care. You're done. Why would you pitch him?
Let him throw to Mookie a couple times.
Okay, because that's gonna
get a scouting report.
That's gonna help him. That momentum between
not?
early October and April.
No, why not?
You know why not?
Well, yeah, why not?
Brock Purdy, why not?
Did you see we got into
Brock Purdy, why not? Yeah.
Ronald Acuna 70-40, first person to do it.
Yeah.
Why did you go Ricky Henderson?
It's a joke, dude.
Take the base out of a tie game. It was a combo achievement. You're great. You're on my fantasy team. But you're not Ricky. The base don't come up unless you break Ricky.
I'm going to be the one on an island here, and Evan Giddings can take the weekend off from talking to me because I know how mad he was about this. This stuff doesn't bother me one bit.
Nothing bothers you.
It's sports. Celebrate the hell out of it, man. Okay. Like Ronald Acuna is the best player in the game right now. We're going to get.
Okay, dude.
Oh, dude, come on. Those fans in attendance. What are you going to remember 20 years from now?
Yeah, I'll never forget where I was.
You're going to remember when the Braves and Cubs were tied in a game that had wild card implications for one of the teams?
Tied too.
Or are you going to remember that Acuna did a freaking lap with a base?
Dibs, help me out. Help Evan and I out.
Team Acuna.
Mark is a son of a math teacher, so
okay?
Mark should do the math based on the base size and what those actual stolen bases mean because it's no longer 90 feet. It's now down to like 89 feet.
8 inches.
Whatever it is, it's actually shorter than that. It actually matters. And, whatever the math is, 70-40, big deal. Put the base down and go ahead and play baseball.
No, I want to psychoanalyze.
No, go ahead. Psychoanalyze.
Why does it bother you?
Couldn't even get through the take.
Why does it bother you?
Couldn't even get through the take.
The base comes up when you break a stolen base record.
Yeah.
You did along with your home runs, but you gave the impression that you were the greatest stolen base guy of all time.
No, he didn't.
That base stays in the damn ground until somebody eclipses Ricky.
Why?
So
No.
I felt like it
Just
was
because-
fraudulent.
No.
He's great, MVP.
You're putting words in his mouth.
How about take your helmet
didn't-
off and you do
He
the
didn't-
crown?
Just because Ricky did that doesn't mean he's saying he's
I'm
Ricky.
the greatest of all time.
He did something that Ricky never did.
Well,
What was he
Didn't
supposed to do?
so
Take
don't
half
take
a
the
base?
piece of
What
the
the hell is-
outfield
I mean-
wall, then, because you hit 40 homers.
But truly, fans, why does it bother you? What? Who got hurt?
Honestly,
What
Willard,
happened?
You know I love Flash. Shout
People
out
would say
DC
it
Comics.
took away from the game
yeah,
itself.
and that, it was.
Oh, for God's sake!
Willard, it was a little too much
The
grandstanding.
game that in half the cities you can't even fill up a building for it.
I'm shocked.
He needed two rule changes,
Dude,
not
and
one, but two, to steal 70. And
That's pretty good.
You know, you're gonna pull the thing out of the ground. If
The
Ricky
big
had these
bases.
rules, Ricky would steal 270 bases.
Great.
the big
Right.
bases.
So
Cool.
keep the base in the ground, RA, and go ahead and try and
That's
steal
all.
third.
And
man.
Rose, I love the guy.
Joke,
He
dude.
never hit 40 home runs,
Well.
and the game is
Nah, he
completely.
never
Look,
did,
He
yeah.
achieved something that
Yeah.
nobody else did, but I'll still circle
No,
back.
for sure.
Even if he didn't, what's the matter?
There's a
why,
game,
why does it butt hurt you so much?
You know what I thought of is I kept thinking about these home run celebrations where they put them. Man, that's what's the difference? It's clear baseball
Well,
is
this was
like
a record.
kind of encouraging more of this.
Sure. Oh, but I
For
mean,
sure.
70-40, it's a thing, yeah. Congrats.
Big
but,
bases,
I mean,
yes.
yeah, you stole 70 bases based on 89 feet and the fact that pitchers can't really hold you on anymore. So good for you.
You like bat flips?
Congrats.
I
You
love
like bat
him.
flips?
I love him.
Okay, so you're okay.
Has the home run changed in
You're-
terms of I hit it and it
Okay.
goes over the fence?
You're
Did the
okay.
rule change
You're
in terms
okay.
of the home
Hold on.
run?
You're okay.
I wanna see
No.
more.
The ball is completely juiced.
Well, it's not now.
You're okay.
But that's okay.
With totally celebrating something that happens 3.5 times per night. But we can't celebrate something that's
But it's
never
not
happened
stopping the
before.
game. You're
Never,
taking your
yeah.
trot.
So
Will.
What?
This
So
was like,
what?
dude, it's just.
They
It
spent
was
the
prima
game-
donna-ish to me. That's all.
I mean, that's fine. I'm
They can't hold him on.
I'm
How's he
curious.
not going to
There
steal
you go,
70?
Stoney. There it is. On
They
the,
literally
look
can't
at the
hold him
screen,
on.
Stoney. There
I
it
mean,
is.
I'm just, yeah. I'm curious why it hits people in a certain way. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I think if they were up 8-4, I wouldn't have had a problem. It was tied. We got a game to finish. I'm old school, man.
They finished it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And
Yeah.
he won the game at the home
At
plate.
least they played the game. Hell, the Mets turned the game off. Nobody got mad at that. Mets wouldn't even let them play. I don't know.
You want Jrue Holiday?
Yeah, badly.
That's man.
Badly.
Do you
Dibs,
really?
where you at? You so-so or 50-50?
I say bring him in.
All right.
I mean, if you're going to bring him in, if you're trying to maximize the window.
There we go.
And, you know, if Chris Paul is going to be here for 1 year anyway, the only thing that I want to caution Warrior fans about is that if you bring in Jrue Holiday, you're probably going to lose Klay Thompson. Or you're going to beg Klay to take, what, $12 million a year? Because if Jrue decides he likes it and he opts in, you're not paying all these guys. So, I mean, you're kicking the can down the road. But if you want to try to win it this year,
Number 5.
if you want to win number 5, having Jrue instead of Chris, yes, you're better. And Jonathan Kuminga, whatever. If you have Jrue, you're better. Instead of Chris and Jonathan Kuminga, you're a better team. If Klay Thompson's your 6th man, you're a better team. So if that's what you want to do, if you want to try and win it now, then bring him in. But just know this, Warrior fan, you're probably going to lose either Wiggins or Klay going into next year.
Why do you think that?
Because Jrue Holiday would opt in. Is
okay.
Jrue just going to... You're not going to... You already said it in your
No.
exclusive conversation with the Warriors executive.
No, you have no
You're
idea
not
what.
paying more than 4 guys.
And you don't know what Clay's extension would look like.
Right. What do you think it's going to look like? Less than 30?
Probably.
3 for 90, 30 for me.
Exactly. And minimum 30.
No, not minimum.
Okay.
You got to play this year.
Okay.
Let's see what he looks like. You've all been
So you
telling
got
me for 2 years that he's on
Wiggins
this
and
steep decline.
Draymond, and then you've got Jrue Holiday, and you got
What's
Steph.
Draymond making this year?
This year?
Yeah, when
he's
he tore that deal
making-
up, what's the deal this
I
year?
think it's still like 24.
Right, which you
Next
told
year
me
is
there was
27?
no way he would do. You told me there was no way.
Well, I didn't think he
have
would get
that
a 4th
number.
year.
That you told me there's
Yeah.
no way that number
But
would
what's
come
he
down.
making next year?
I don't know.
You don't have it in
24
front of you?
Under 30.
Right?
And the number was 30. Is there a chance that Clay makes under 30?
I don't think so.
I do.
Yeah.
But
I got to see
yeah.
him play this year.
Sure.
But
sure.
the
He's making 42
But if-
right now.
Man, Ronnie
That's going
Lott.
down.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
going
my
down.
God.
But
I know
yeah,
it's going
that's
down, but
going
how far down?
But I kind of do agree with Dibs. Like, I don't think I don't think Jrue Holiday can opt in for 39 and then they give Clay 3 for 90 because that's right where they were with Poole.
That's problematic.
So,
But
It's a
but-
non-starter,
but
I
no,
think.
it's not. It's not right where they were with Poole because he ain't Poole.
no, and he also doesn't have
financially-
two more.
this
he
is-
also doesn't have
it's
This
two
is
more.
an
Yeah.
ego-free guy who plays on
yeah.
both ends of the
Yeah.
floor. That do not undersell that. They did not just
Right.
trade Jordan Poole because of money.
No, but in
Traded
terms of
Jordan
the
Poole 'cause
money,
he was a problem.
I think that's what he was saying. In terms
Yeah.
of the money,
Yes.
that's where you are with
It's-
Poole.
This is the way I look at it. You guys aren't wrong. I think the Warriors, if they were to do something like this, it would feel to Joe almost like a knife being twisted in the back. But sometimes opportunity knocks, and for a certain player, you get uncomfortable.
Sure.
And this guy fits, I think, like a damn glove with what they've got currently facing them.
No doubt about it.
So,
You know,
do you get uncomfortable for this guy? I would.
The other thing you could theoretically do is bring Holiday in, and you know he's got an opt-in next year, and you just make it clear, look, we win it all. I'll pay you, Clay. If we don't, we got to move off one of you.
Yeah, they don't. I mean,
Man.
the Andrew thing to me is a different thing, but yeah, there's no guarantee Clay is going to be back, or else it would be done already.
They-
It's not
Yeah,
guaranteed.
still got time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm interested to see why or when, if these guys get extended, both Clay and Kerr.
You wouldn't do it, or you would?
Which I'll take
CP3,
Jrue Holiday.
Jrue Holiday?
CP3,
Yeah, I'll take-
Kuminga, and picks.
Let's go.
Multiple picks, Steiny. Multiple picks.
No, I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it. No. You doing it?
Oh, set
I
all
worry
the
too-
picks.
I worry-
They don't.
Dude, I love that.
They've never done anything with their picks
I'm
in
with
terms
you.
of
Me
like.
too, man.
I mean, they drafted Jordan Poole. He was great, and then Jordan's under contract, gone, and James Wiseman gone.
This is James
And
Wiseman.
thank you, Jonathan
been
Kuminga.
working on that.
Kuminga would be a part of this trade, and he'd be gone. Ryan Rollins gone. PBJ gone.
Yeah. Wow,
I
keep
mean,
going, man.
who am I forgetting?
And,
Got
and-
it.
Nemanja
Patrick Baldwin
Nedovic
Jr.
gone. Sorry, my Nedovich.
Nemanja?
joke. Yeah, thank you.
But I
Got
mean-
I
stepped
remember
on.
like once I was like, yeah, Nemanja Nedovic, and Evan goes, it's Nemanja. Like, who cares?
Whatever, Evan. Where is he now, Evan?
Thank you. Where's Evan now?
Yeah.
Evan's all
Yeah.
right.
he heard my Acuna take it. He laughed.
Oh, God.
He's down the
He was
street.
running high.
70 stolen bases. It's actually
big
63.
bases. I never
The
thought
big
about it.
bases. What a
Big
joke.
Whatever. Have fun out there, guys.
Can't hold
Who
him on.
cares?
Who could not steal?
I mean, who
Guru could
cares?
steal 12 bases in the bigs.
15,
Although what
dude.
is funny is he stole more bases than the entire Giants organization
Now
this year.
Well,
That's
you know
an
what? When you say
embarrassment.
Giants organization, I think of their AAA
My
club
fault,
at South.
Steiny. I apologize.
No, but you know what? Actually,
You're right.
bring that back for a second because here we are in a city that has referred to its baseball team with anger as boring 1,000 times a week. And we're mad at Ronald Acuna because he took a base out of the ground.
No one's mad at Ronald
It
Acuna.
sounds like you all are mad at Ronald Acuna
No one's mad at Ronald Acuna.
for acting the fool and carrying on when he doesn't deserve to.
Sure.
Yo,
No one's mad at Ronald
give me
Acuna.
1,000 Acunas and act a fool all day versus what we're watching now.
Right. This is what we talked about yesterday. Kendrick Bourne scoring a touchdown down 28-0 and doing the shoulder
KB?
shake and doing the
Yeah.
dance. It's largely the same thing.
I find it to be like not similar in any single way,
Fine.
shape, or form.
Yeah, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not
Ronald-
looking for validation.
No, but Ronald Acuna is not doing this within the framework of losing. Ronald Acuna is the best
Right.
player on the best team. He's crushing it. He's awesome.
Yeah,
every
MVP.
kid,
to be
Yeah.
every kid wants to wear the jersey. He is exactly
Wow.
what our city is dying for. And I don't know, you guys are turned off because he stopped the game for a few minutes. It's just surprising to me.
Yeah.
That's
I
all.
just didn't think the
It's
feet was
surprising to me.
worthy of it. That's all.
It's a non-feat. 70-40 is not a thing.
Is hitting
was
a
a-
home
it
run
was an
worthy of
accomplishment.
a
You
pirouette?
know what I mean.
Well, I know what you mean.
Sure.
I just don't know why. I don't know why it gets people.
When somebody
That's
gets 200 hits, do they stop the game and ask for the baseball and I hold my bat in the air and pirouette?
all. Be fine if they do.
Yeah, big deal.
One of the things Guru and I do. Got to go. Got to go to break. but-
Okay.
All right.